few good plays here and there. I thought Dearness, when he caught that little 3rd and 10 play and cut back off about 3 guys, might have been the play of the game. Of course, Garrett's runs were also the plays of the game. Yeah, it was a struggle. We had a struggle. They changed up their defense after the first couple of drives, and we were pitiful on our 2-point attempts. And anyway, it was a close game. They could have easily won it, but they didn't. And we were fortunate, so we'll take it and learn from it. Try to learn from it. I know I learned a lot from it. We're going to put in an audible system. We were running right into the teeth of about 5 dudes. I don't know how many times. So we got to learn to check, just run the other way. But anyway, it was a victory, and it wasn't real pretty. I know that, but we managed to win it, and we'll try to get better next game.
Coach, how are you able to limit Zach Stacy's runs this game?
Limit? Did we limit him? How many yards did he have?
11 carries for 24 yards.
Oh, that's
how
all
are
he
you able
had?
to contain him?
How much did the other guy have?
58.
58. Yeah. They moved the ball probably better than we did overall. We got some huge sacks. Obviously, the 3rd and 18 was not a good play by our part. I used to think that there's a bunch of dumbass coaches that play cover 2 on 3rd and 18, and now I'm one that does it. So anyway, hopefully we won't do that again. But that's on me.
Coach, you mentioned earlier this week about wanting the team to get off to a little bit faster start and scored on the first drive tonight. Did anything change?
Yeah, we did. Well, they played a little soft cover too, the first 2 or 3 drives, and then they mixed up and started playing some man-to-man, and then we didn't do very well. So we better learn to adjust a little bit better. Heck of a play. Rennell caught that pass, 4th and 7 or so. Gee. So we've had some good fortune. I tell you, the football gods have been smiling on me the last 2 weeks. I think all the crap I had in South Carolina those last 2 years, they're coming back. They're smiling on me a little bit. I mean, we could have lost the last 2 easily, but somehow or another we found a way to win. So proud of the way our guys have run the ball in the last 3-4 minutes. Can't run a lick hardly before that. Maybe we're calling the wrong plays. I don't know. But and the running backs ran beautifully there at the end. Dearness, I think Davion was in there a bit. Man, made some good runs. So we can learn from it and move on. Now, sick of the defensive kids getting those 15-yard mouthy penalties, holding penalties. We play a little stupid back there. We need to quit that. We're too good a defense to have all those penalties. So hopefully we can correct that.
Hey, Coach, my question actually was about the penalties. Now, I don't have the exact stats in front of me on the total penalties and yardage and everything, but I do feel like there was a lot more avoidable penalties in the first 2 weeks. Do you think that is because of the success that you've had in the first 2 weeks?
No, I just think that's individuals and bad job coaching by me. The players perform how we teach them to play. If we allow them to play like that, and that's their personality, they'll keep playing like that. So we've got to tell them they're not going to play unless they can play within the rules. And if not, we try to get somebody else in here that will play within the rules. But it's ridiculous, some of those penalties we got tonight. It really was. One guy got in the guy's face and one of those penalties. He thought that was, Coach, I didn't do anything. The ref came by and said he got in his face and mouthed off to him. Now it's called taunting or mouthing, whatever you want to call it. We don't need those guys. And he's not going to be an Apollo if he keeps that crap up. So he's had his warning, and we'll go from there.
I know you said there was some frustration at certain points, but every time that they were able to rattle off a big play, you guys, for the most part, had a response every single time. Andrew had the big 11-yard sack in the second quarter. Garvin had the interception off of the big end around that they had. For a team to be able to do that this early in the season and respond like that, what do you credit that to?
Good fortune. Football God smiling on us. That's what I credit it to. We're not out coaching anybody, that's for sure. But I think we have a good team if we play within the rules, play smart, don't give up 3rd and 18, 50-yard touchdowns, things like that, and run the ball a little bit better. Don't go for 4th and 1 when you can't make one anyway. at that point. That was a stupid call on my part. So anyway, it's history now. I think we can learn from this one. I really do. We needed a slap in the face a little bit after beating San Antonio, and I think one of the newspapers, USA Today, said we're the top team in the alliance. Well, we're not the top team right now. Well, our record is, I guess, but I don't think we're the best team by any means right now.
Coach, can you talk about Rennell Hall a little bit, and also
Man, what some plays he made. Yeah, we gave him a game ball. Gosh, what a catch in the back of the end zone. I mean, we called a play 4th and 7, and I was looking at this guy, and next thing I knew, Garrett's out here, and he had to throw it. And what a catch. I thought he'd thrown it out of bounds. He must have had one of those catches with a foot in, or 2 feet. Had to have 2 in pros, that's right. I didn't even see it. So I'll look forward to seeing it on the tape.
also Garrett's athleticism on those zone read?
Yeah, Jimmy Ray kept saying, Coach, when in that bear front, the little option play is good. And I said, Garrett, are you comfortable with that option? He said, sure. So, he took it on about, 3rd and 3, ran about 10 yards, and then ran, how far was that touchdown run? 21. Gee. So we got some touchdowns that it wasn't in the game plan, I'll tell you that. Football gods are smiling on us, I'm telling you that.
Coach,
also.
you mentioned it wasn't quite as pretty as you'd like, but do you think the performance tonight kind of featured the balance of your team being solid both on defense and offense?
Well, I think we gave up a bunch of yards here and there, hung in there, made some plays defensively. We can play better. I know Earl Okan had a big sack there before the 3rd and 18. But we're happy we won the game, and hopefully we can learn from all the crap that we did, coaches and players, and become a better team after this.
It looked good coming in for Ryan.
Who did?
You say the linebacker you mentioned looked good coming in.
Oh, Earl's a good player. He's a good player out there. No question about that.
Hey, Coach,
Yeah.
team play didn't seem to be in the mix.
Who? Yeah, DeErnest and Davion have been running very well. And, shoot, that's just the way it is. One guy runs better than the other. One week gets to play more than next week. Just the way it is. We go by performance. Whoever's playing pretty well, get a chance to play more next week.
Coach, staying on that, are you going to stay with DeErnest as your starting running back going into next week, you think?
I think he ran well enough to keep that. And then Davion came in and had some nice runs also, I think. But, yeah, DeErnest, how many yards does he have? 79. Oh, he's the starter next week. Yeah, okay. I tell you, they all have about the same numbers. They're all about the same height. And David Reeves, takes them in and out, although every now and then I say, get DeErnest in for this one. Or Davion was going to be our short yardage guy, but we messed up the blocking angles and got stuffed on that. That was a bad call. We had a lot of bad calls. 2 points plays, we were pitiful. The quarterback draw, I saw him come through the line of scrimmage. Next thing, Kevin darted right into that safety guy and went down like a sack of potatoes. Boom. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know if he could have followed his blocker or not. I don't know. But it worked out for us, and we got a lot of improving to do. But, hey, we're 3-0, and that's about as good as we could be right now.
You guys picked off Hackenberg twice tonight and had your hands on another one. What did you see when you studied him on film, and how did that kind of compare with the quarterback?
I tell you what, Memphis threw the ball down the field more than they've done all year. I think they had a meeting to say, hey, we need to throw it down there, and even if we throw it 50 yards, the Apollos will probably interfere 2 or 3 times. How many do we have? Two or so, at least. So, yeah, we tried to throw 1 or 2 deep ones, and yeah, we didn't hit anything tonight like we did last week. But it pays to throw the ball down the field. Yeah. Woody Hayes used to say, 3 things happen, 2 of them are bad. Now, 2 of them are good. Pass interference is good. And they call it all the time. They call it all the time in football.
Coach,
So,
the touchdown to Rennell was 4th and 7. You're on the other team's end of the field. What did you see that made you go for it on 4th down there?
Oh, we just had to. The defense was struggling. They'd been out there a long time. We were there. We had a pass that they had, I guess, covered, and Garrett just rolled out and threw it down there. So it was just a good fortune play. Wasn't any brilliant coaching involved in that, that's for sure.
Coach,
Last one.
Yep. All right.
Coach, Your defense in the first half, you guys pitched a shutout. That's the first time you guys have done it this year. What did you see that was different in your defense this week compared to last week against San Antonio in the first week?
Well,
against
they
Atlanta?
actually moved the ball a little bit in the first half. It wasn't 3 and outs all the time, but we stopped them, and they missed a field goal, this, that, and the other. So it was we weren't dominating them by any means, but we did have them shut out. Shoot, this is what way the game was. What, 21-17? Gee, it could have been lower scoring, really. But anyway, hey, we'll try to learn from it, and move on, and go from there. And even though we're leaving town tomorrow to go practice in Georgia because of the workman comp, I just want the Orlando area people to know we're the Apollos of Orlando, and we appreciate those that came out tonight, and we look forward to returning. I think everybody's aware of the workman comps. We can't get it in the state of Florida, so we had to get it out of Georgia. So we have to practice up there 35 or 36 days. And so we live in Jacksonville, go over across the line, and practice up in Camden County High School, Kingsland, Georgia. And so we got to do that for 5 weeks. So we'll see y'all March the 15th or 16th. What's that game?
What are you telling your players?
Huh?
What are you telling your players about that trip?
Oh, they've already know all about it. Yeah, we're all driving up, taking a couple of buses tomorrow. We're basically living in Jacksonville, and then we get on the bus, go up there and practice, come back, hotel in Jacksonville. So that's just what we have to do. And that workman's comp thing is we tried and tried and tried, but state of Florida has different laws than state of Georgia. So that's what we have to do.
All right.
But we're okay with it. They got a nice practice facility up at that high school, and so forth. So we'll communicate by video and telephone, right? Be sure and call me Wednesday morning, okay? All right. See y'all. All right. Thanks. All right. Thanks.